I lived a good life. A long life. A life full of magic, friendship, and purpose. I was Aldric Starshine. The Star Sage. Teacher to kings. Protector of the realm.
But all good things must end. And at 98 years old, surrounded by those I loved, I closed my eyes one last time.
I remember smiling. I remember thinking, next time, I want a simpler life.
The universe must have heard me.
This is one of my favorite memories.
The meadow behind the crystal tower.
I spent many afternoons here. I was 98.
My hair was white, my hands were wrinkled, but my heart was full.
My students. My friends. My family. I taught them everything I knew. And they taught me how to love. Thank you. For everything. Now, let me rest. I expected darkness. Instead, I got light. And then, a new beginning. When I opened my eyes, I was small. Very small.
I had chubby little hands and I was wearing a onesie with bunnies on it. It took me a few years to piece together my memories. 5 years, to be exact. But on the morning of my 5th birthday, everything clicked into place. I sat up in my little bed, looked at my tiny hands, and laughed until I cried.
I was reincarnated. A new life. A fresh start. And I was going to enjoy every second of it. Sunhollow. That's what this village is called. A peaceful little place at the edge of the Whisperwood Forest. I remember. I remember everything. The Crystal Tower. My students. The wars I ended. The lives I touched. I'm alive. I'm young. I have a second chance. And this time, I'm going to live a slow, happy life. Mana sight. My unique skill. I still have it. I can see the flow of magic itself. The system works differently in this world. Everyone has a unique skill. And mine is already active. Sunhollow was everything I hoped for. A small village tucked between gentle hills and the edge of the great Whisperwood. People knew each other by name. The baker waved at everyone. Children played in the streets. It was exactly the kind of simple, peaceful life I'd wished for. I stepped outside into the morning sun and took a deep breath. The air smelled like fresh bread and wildflowers. Yes. This was going to be a good life. Sunhollow. Population, maybe 300. One bakery, one blacksmith, one tiny guild branch. Perfect. Morning, Lian. Happy birthday. I saved a honey bun for you. The food in this world is incredible. I've had 5 years of meals and I still can't get over it. Lian. Happy birthday. Guess what? Guess what? I got my unique skill yesterday. I'm an adventurer now. Well, a trainee. But still. Look. It's called Braveheart. It makes me braver when I'm protecting someone. Dad said it's super rare. Braveheart. A support-type unique skill. That's actually quite powerful. And it suits her perfectly. That's amazing, Nora. You're going to be the best adventurer ever. I can already tell.
Nora dragged me to the community garden to practice our skills.
Her words. Not mine. The garden was Elder May's pride and joy.
She grew magical herbs and vegetables using light magic.
Everything was going fine until the monster bunnies showed up. Horned hares, to be precise. A common pest.
They eat mana-infused crops and multiply like crazy.
Nora charged in with her shield. I sighed.
So much for my quiet morning.
Elder May's garden.
She grows herbs worth more than gold. And she lets the village kids play here.
She's too kind. Monster bunnies. This is my first quest. Lian, stay back. I'll handle this. Hey. Stop. I'm a trainee adventurer. Respect my authority. Horned hares are F-rank monsters. They're pests, not threats. But Nora is making this way harder than it needs to be. A simple telekinetic breeze. F-rank spell. But I wove it with perfect mana efficiency. Not bad for a 5-year-old. Lian. You used magic. Real magic. Without a chant. Without a staff. You're a prodigy. Oops. I probably shouldn't have done that. So much for staying low-key. It's just a little breeze spell. Nothing special. You could learn it too. She knows. Or at least she suspects. I need to be more careful. Or maybe it's okay to let someone know? My. A 5-year-old casting silent magic. F-rank spell, yes, but the control, Lian, dear, would you like to have tea with me this afternoon? Elder May's cottage smelled like lavender and old books. She served me chamomile tea with honey. She didn't ask direct questions. She just talked about her youth as an adventurer. About the dungeons she explored. The friends she made. The magic she learned. Then she looked at me with those kind, knowing eyes and said, "You have an old soul, Lian." I've seen it before. I didn't confirm or deny. I just drank my tea and smiled. But I think she understood. Her home feels like her a warm, wise, full of hidden knowledge. You know, I was a B-rank adventurer before I retired. I've seen a lot of unusual things. But a 5-year-old with control like yours? That's not normal, dear. That's the work of an old soul. Someone who's lived before. And that's okay. This village is a place for new beginnings. She doesn't know the details. But she accepts me anyway. That's more than I hoped for. Thank you, Elder May. I think I'm going to like it here. That evening, the village held a small festival. Apparently, my birthday coincided with the harvest moon. There were lanterns. Music. A bonfire. Everyone brought food to share. Nora dragged me to dance around the fire. Finn played a lute, badly, but with heart. I sat on a hill afterward, looking down at the warm lights of the village, the stars beginning to appear above. I'm 5 years old again. I have my whole life ahead of me. A simple life. A happy life. And tomorrow, I'm going to ask Elder May to teach me more about this world's magic. Just for fun. After all, I have time. All the time in the world. The Harvest Moon Festival. Lanterns, music, and enough food to feed an army. I love this village already. I was Aldric Starshine. Teacher of mages. Legend of the Crystal Tower. But that's not who I am anymore. I'm Lian now. A boy from Sunhollow. And I'm going to live a life worth living. Lian. You're missing the pie-eating contest. Finn's already 3 slices in. Come on. Yes. This is going to be a very good life.